Greetings, parents. My name is Dr. Jenny Herndon, and I will be your presenter today. I am currently a third grade teacher at Gordon Elementary, and I also serve on the Gifted Review Committee. It's unfortunate that we could not meet face to face today, but hopefully the information that I have to share with you will carry over just as well. The Department of Defense Education Activity provides exemplary educational services and programs that inspire and prepare all students for success. Now in DODEA, our gifted program is referred to as Advanced Academic Programs and Services. In short, it's referred to as APPS. We also have an APPS resource teacher. We refer to her as our APPS RT teacher here at Gordon. Some of the services that our DODEA Gifted in Education program provides is here in Figure 1. There's services on the elementary, middle, and high school level. And I just want to go through this figure with you a little bit so you can see how the services change a little as students go from elementary to middle and from middle to high school. Here at the top in this first row, notice that regular classroom with differentiation of instruction continues through middle as well as high school. And then moving down, you'll notice that it changes a little bit. Well, not yet, but you will eventually see more of the changes as we go down this figure. So we continue to have regular classrooms with cluster grouping and differentiation across middle, elementary, middle, and high school. And notice here it says regular course for middle and high school because these are considered courses versus being in a regular classroom setting as you go from middle to high school. And then progressing down this figure, we'll see more differences here. In elementary, we have regular classroom with grade acceleration of specific content. For example, a student may show a need for advancement in a specific area. So if a child is in third grade and shows that they are advanced in math, that student may accelerate to a fourth grade class for math, and that would be the case for any subject area. It's not that that child has actually skipped a grade. It just means that that student is going to a higher grade level for a specific content area. Okay, here in middle and high school, we have interdisciplinary course, which is similar to content acceleration. It's just at the middle and high school level. And then as we progress down, in elementary, we have resource sessions outside the classroom. I mentioned earlier that our school does have an APPS RT teacher. She does have a specific schedule where she will pull children out of the classroom setting to provide services for your kiddos. And then in middle school, we have grade acceleration for specific content, which is similar to what I explained earlier with the content acceleration. And then in high school, we have advanced placement and honors courses, which again, these are courses that are above those in the student's current grade level. And then moving down the figure for elementary, we have grade acceleration for specific content. This is different from content acceleration. This is where the child would actually be skipped to another grade. For example, the child may qualify to be skipped from third grade to fourth grade. So that's the difference in grade acceleration and content acceleration. And then in middle, we also have grade acceleration, but in high school, we have individualized services. And then moving down further down the figure, we have in elementary grade acceleration. In middle, we have individualized services, high school additional services, and then as we go down the chart, we see here that in elementary, students still have individual services and additional opportunities. In middle, students have those same services, and then in high school, they also have those services. And in going through this, you may have this question running through your mind: does my child qualify? And that is a very good question. So as we move along, I want to show you some general characteristics of gifted learners most often found in research. Does your child exhibit rapid learning? I'm just skipping down. I'm not going to read all of them. Does your child have long attention span? Does your child show perfectionism? Does your child show strong perseverance? So again, these are some things that you may want to think about. And if your child is exhibiting some of these things, you do have the power to refer your child to for gifted services. Okay. Now I want to go through the steps in the identification process, and what I just mentioned earlier was nomination. So I'll go back to the top and then I'll address the nomination part again. So there's more than one way to refer your child to for gifted services. One is through screening. But I want you to know that students are never excluded from consideration in the identification process. And if a student is not referred through screening, they may be referred through nomination. And as I said earlier, you do have the right and the power to nominate your child. Professional staff members may nominate students, and students may even nominate themselves, and that's one that some may tend to forget about. But yes, students can nominate themselves for gifted services. And moving down, the third way that students can be referred to for gifted services is through transfer of records, meaning just that. Students whose records from schools outside of DODEA indicate eligibility for a gifted program are recommended for immediate review. And the second step in the referral process, which is a very important step, which all of them are, but parents, I want you to know that this is not a process that we can go through without you. So this second, number 2, I want you to really understand that you play a vital role in this, and we cannot go any further in the process without getting permission from you before we can gather additional information and completing any assessment for each student who is referred, whether you refer them, professional staff refer them, or if the student nominates himself or herself. And also I want to go back to the nomination section, and I want you to know that no qualifying test scores are required for nomination. So don't let test scores or any other data, parents, stop you from nominating your child. If you think they are exhibiting some of those characteristics that I showed you, please nominate your child. Okay. The third step in the identification process is data collection. Some of the data ways we collect data is through the cognitive abilities test. That's the COGAT, and we do universal screening in 2nd grade, and students are screened again in 6th grade. But students can be administered the COGAT at any point where that assessment is needed. For example, a student may be referred in third grade, which being referred, that student would at that time take the COGAT. Another data collection tool is our nonverbal abilities test. We also use rating scales, anecdotal information, observations, performance assessments, and tests of achievement. So as you can see, we do not use one specific data source. Number 4, decision for each candidate is made through our gifted review committee of the student's profile. And there's also a need to continue to make modifications as needed. Like earlier, I showed you how the services for elementary, middle, and high school changes. That's where another reason why that need for modifications is strong. So when a student is moving from elementary to middle school, we definitely want to review services and make any necessary modifications to ensure continuous academic challenges and supporting services for your kiddos. And lastly, determination of gifted programs and services for eligible students is the decision of the Gifted Review Committee. But as I said earlier, you are an intricate part of that process as well. And once decisions are made, services are matched to the individual student's needs and the local school options. We have a plethora of information on our school website. So for more information about apps, here's the pathway. Once you go to our Gordon Elementary website, click on Education. Second, click on Student Services. And then it will take you to another website. And you'll see a list that looks like this. You'll click on Apps. And when you click on Apps, it will take you to our apps services where you can get even more information. You can even see some of the forms that you would need to complete in the identification process. And if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me or our Apps RT teacher. I thank you so much for taking the time to listen to the information that I had to share for you, and I hope this was helpful. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.